Well, Rick, coming out of practice today and heading into the game tomorrow, you're riding 3 wins. How are you feeling?
Well, I actually really like the practice day. Coming off a day off, we worked on some D zone stuff. Actually, Footy put a really good video today about protecting how to protect the ice a little bit better in front of our net. It's really clear, and I thought the guys took it in practice and applied it. So, looking forward to see how we start to get better at that.
Hard to get a rhythm when you haven't played. He hasn't played a whole lot yet.
Um, I think you can say that a lot of teams, summer off, come back training camp. Usually, the first 10 games, there's some things that you got to work on, coverages and stuff like that. But the good thing is we're getting some offense, which is good, and it gives us time to get our defensive structure back. But yeah, no, I don't know if that's the case, but when you get time, don't play as many games, you get a lot of practice time, which I like.
Why do you think it takes like a lot of teams in the league, a lot of high-scoring games,
Yeah.
with the D zone coverage? It's not like they've forgotten it all. Is it emotional stuff too that they aren't as desperately defend?
I think the league over the last couple of years evolved where you're seeing a lot more motion up top, going down low. So, sometimes you have four guys up top, and then two defensemen. I've seen two defensemen go down low and a forward back them up. So there's different coverages they're throwing at you now. Coaches around the league are smart. They're going to throw different. So I think for us, it really doesn't matter what they're throwing at us. We still have to stay in our structure. I think we're switching too much. I think there's a little bit of newness from some guys, from different systems. You got to throw that into play. So I just think that I've seen a little bit better over the last couple of games when it comes to D zone, but I just think something that we got to really continue to work at.
How close is Dakota to shedding the non-contact jersey?
Yeah, I mean, I think right now it's really close, and it's really gonna, I hate to say it, gonna be up to him. I think you take it to a certain level when you're cleared, or he hasn't cleared yet, but where he's going to go. I feel a lot better. So I think a lot it's going to be on him when he's really ready, but we still got to prepare him on the ice.
Have you seen, I know you talked about it, I think in Chicago, about him needing to bump and whatever.
Yeah.
Have you seen progression in the last couple of practices where he looked pretty much fully involved out there now?
Yeah, I want to see him these 2-on-2. He needs he needs a few more practice of really getting in there. Getting hit from behind a little bit. I think you can skate a guy as much as you can, but if you don't get action around you, from behind you, in front of you, I think that's the next step for him.
What have you seen from Brandstrom so far?
I think every game he's improved. His confidence level with the puck. The one thing I like, there's about 2 or 3 times in the last game where he skated out of trouble. He just didn't throw it off the glass. There was a couple windows for him to skate it out, and he did. That's big. You know how Hughes can do it a lot. I think he has a little bit of that in him where he can skate himself out of trouble.
Extra he's going to have to do for, say, when Footwork comes back to keep himself in the lineup?
For Branson?
Yeah.
Well, Footy showed a clip today where he had a bigger guy going to the net and he boxed the guy out. I mean, if he can do that, I mean, he's going to stay in the lineup. I think just because he's a smaller guy, he can still get in front of people. But I just think he's improved every game.
Could he be a right side option? I know you like lefty righties, but if you want to keep him in the lineup, could he be a right side guy?
Well, it's funny you asked that because we checked analytics. He did play the right side for some games and did okay, analytically. So that's something that we could experiment with him playing on the other side. Yes.
Rick, Pittsburgh's in town. McDavid comes out and says that Team Canada, Crosby should be the captain. What is it about him and that makes, why is he so important to the league in your opinion?
Yeah, it's not just, you're talking about one of the, McDavid, best player in the league. When I went to that Four Nations summit we had, I remember Doug Armstrong said it's unanimous. All the big guys said that Sid should be the captain. It's not even McDavid. So I think he's the quote unquote the godfather of that team. So I don't think anybody would want to wear the C other than Sid, because just his approach to the game, what he means to the game, and what he means to his teammates.
And we're coming up to the 15th anniversary of that 2010 Olympics. What is it about Crosby that he's been able to just keep that longevity for so long at being a top player?
His obsession of the game, to get better, to stay with the big guys in the league. He does. Even was he 38? I don't know. Is anybody know? 37? Yeah, he'll kill me. But I just think that anytime you mention top players, he's still there at 37. It's amazing. So I have so much respect for him, the way he plays and approaches the game.
Getting into practice. What are your thoughts on why that has just kind of resonated?
Yeah, I don't even think about it. I mean, it was great practice again today. No, we want guys to practice hard against each other, and sometimes you're going to get that, and you move on from it. So it's not even a big deal.